Is Instagram dying? I've been seeing a lot of negative information lately about how it's impossible to grow on Instagram these days. Well, in this video, I'm going to share why I think Instagram isn't dying and how Instagram's algorithm works so that you can grow on Instagram into 2021. If you want more videos like this, make sure to like the video, jingle all my bells and buttons for new videos every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm Janet, the ex-Disney artist turned independent creator, and I've managed to grow my online art business on Instagram to over 40K followers in a fairly short amount of time. The first reason why I think Instagram isn't dying is the stats say that Instagram has over 1 billion active users. That is a whole lot of people that are not on other apps. If you're anything like me, I am not on Instagram just to get Insta famous, just to get likes, or any of these vanity metrics. I'm trying to grow my business and I'm trying to make money. All of these people are potential customers, and that is why you need to be on Instagram. The main age demographic on Instagram is 25 to 34, and second is 18 to 24. The 25 to 34 age range are people who purchase the most things online. You might be saying, what's the point of Instagram? It's such an old app compared to apps like TikTok that are growing like crazy, and it's a lot easier to grow on apps like TikTok because it's newer. But the average age demographic for the people on TikTok are 16 to 24. They don't have as much purchasing power as the 25 to 34 age range. You are much more likely to start making money faster on Instagram compared to apps like TikTok. The second thing that I hear a lot is that after Instagram changed the algorithm, it's impossible to grow unless you are a hot, half-naked girl. And this is a defeatist mindset. A change in the algorithm is always going to happen no matter what. It's inevitable. These social media platforms are constantly going to change their algorithms because they're trying to better their platform. They're trying to figure out what it is people want to see and what it is advertisers want to see. And if you're going to complain about the algorithm changing, it's something you're going to be complaining about all the time. Instead of complaining about things that you cannot control, like the change of an algorithm, you should be focusing on growing. Also, it's always going to be easier to grow when you are an early adopter to any social media platform. But rarely are you going to be that lucky. I certainly wasn't an early adopter of Instagram. If I was, I would be much bigger right now than I currently am. But if I had let that stop me, I wouldn't be at the size that I am today. For example, I was on TikTok before it blew up and became mainstream, and then it changed its algorithm to make it harder to grow. Because I was an early adopter, I was able to get hundreds of thousands of followers very easily. Now it's a little bit harder, but I still see people blowing up on Instagram and TikTok every single day. Those people aren't telling themselves that they can't do it anymore simply because they're not early or not a hot, half-naked girl. It is possible if you believe you can do it. To be fair, I occasionally fall into this trap as well, because we are human after all. When we work so hard at something and we don't see results, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparison. You wonder, why can't I grow as fast as this person or that person? Then, to protect your ego, you tell yourself all sorts of things. Things like, oh, it must be because they're young, or they're beautiful, or whatever else you want to tell yourself. Here's a reminder that Instagram is a free platform. It's not like advertisements or newspapers where you have to pay just to be in front of other people's eyes. If I thought it was too late for me because I'm too old, or I don't look like this person, or I don't look like that person, I would have never started my Instagram account in the first place. Before I move on to explaining how the Instagram algorithm works, comment down below if you think Instagram is dying. Why or why not? Another complaint that many people have is that Instagram is oversaturated. There are too many people and too many advertisements. How can I possibly be seen? This brings me to how the Instagram algorithm actually works. As a social media platform ages, oversaturation will happen no matter what. That is exactly why the algorithm changes. You have to understand what happens to a social media platform over time. So, for example, when a social media platform is new, it lacks content and users, and it wants both. So what the algorithm is programmed to do is to push whatever content it has access to all of its users. What it's trying to do is use whatever sparse amount of content it has to attract new users to come onto the platform. As new users come in, they start making more and more and more content. Eventually, the platform reaches a sort of tipping point. It now has too much content and too many users that are all interested in different things. It can't possibly send one piece of content to everyone anymore. That's when the algorithm has to change. The algorithm has to start prioritizing the best content instead of all content. So you might ask, then how does Instagram know what is the best content? In the most simple terms I can put it, engagement. Engagement can be broken down into likes, comments, shares, saves, watch time, and watch percentage rate. Back when the algorithm was simpler, some people would say it's all about the likes, or it's all about the comments, or it's all about the shares, or so on and so forth. Over time, the algorithm gets smarter and smarter because people will start taking advantage of the system once they figure out the algorithm. For example, when the algorithm was all about likes, people would start using bots or buying likes so that their post would rise to the top. And then the algorithm would change and it would be about likes and comments. Again, people would take advantage, they'll start buying likes, buying comments, buying fake engagement so that, again, their posts will rise to the top. Now, it's not as simple as saying it's just likes, or it's just comments, or it's just shares, or whatever. It's actually all of these metrics combined. And that's exactly why buying likes, buying comments, buying followers just simply doesn't work. The algorithm has become a lot smarter than that. So what does that mean? How do I make the best content to get the most engagement? The most important problem to solve if you want to grow on Instagram is to ask yourself, am I providing value? Is your content the kind of content that makes people want to comment? Does it make people think? Does it make people want to respond to your posts? Or maybe it's really entertaining and it makes people like it and maybe even share it with their friends, and that's how you get engagement. Or if you're really into creating video content, is it content that people actually want to watch all the way through? And after they watch it all the way through, they want to rewatch it multiple times and maybe even save it for later. The key to growing on Instagram is truly good content creation. You need to figure out what people want to see. You want to figure out what people want to comment on, and you need to figure out what people want to engage with. If all of these metrics and engagement and all these terms are way too difficult to understand, just know that the best content will win out in the end. It's not about hacks, it's not about any kind of gaming the system, but if you truly understand how the algorithm works, it will help inform you what your audience wants to see and what just doesn't perform very well. Figuring out the algorithm is more like figuring out what people actually want to see. And if you can answer all of these questions, you will definitely be able to grow on Instagram in 2021. If you want to learn more about how to use social media to grow your online business, check out my free guide, 8 Steps to Launch Your Online Store. Check out honeyandabsinthe.com if you like some art and some merch. Every purchase helps support this channel. I'm currently wearing the rim shirt today. Check out these videos next for tips on how to grow your social media. And if you like the video, jingle all my bells and buttons for more art and entrepreneurship type videos, and don't forget to dare to dream.